Hello everyone, welcome back to the podcast. And today we are going to talk about something that's most important to every student and professional experiences at some point of time, which is the job interview. So, many people believe interviews are only about technical knowledge or qualifications, but in reality, one of the biggest factors that decide interview success is the professional communication. And sometimes candidates have excellent skills, but they struggle to impress or express themselves clearly and confidently. And sometimes people with average technical skills create a strong impression simply because they communicate professionally. So, in today's episode, let's explore how professional communication can help you to crack interviews more effectively. And if you see, the first impression matters quite a lot. So, the interviews often begin even before the first question is asked. The way you enter the room, the way you greet the interviewer, eye contact, and how you introduce yourself already creates an impression. So, professional communication starts with a polite greeting, a positive body language, a calmer tone, and confidence. So, simple things like saying "Good morning, thank you for your opportunity," or that actually can create instant respectfulness and professional atmosphere. And always remember, interviews are not only elevating your knowledge; they are actually observing how you present yourself. And one of the most common interview question is tell me about yourself. And surprisingly, many candidates struggle with this question, right? So a smart self-introduction should always include your educational background, your skills or interest, relevant experiences, and your career goal. For example, I recently, maybe you can say like I recently completed my degree in computer science and I'm particularly interested in AI and data analytics. And during my academic projects, I had worked on machine learning applications and team based problem solving, and I'm looking for opportunities where I can apply my technical and communication skills in professional environment. So this is going to make your talk more clear, structured, and professional. So avoid speaking too fast or give unnecessary personal details, and your introduction should sound confident and not something like memorized. And the third step that you need to be clear about is communicating with clarity and simplicity. So, a common mistake in interviews is trying to sound over complicated. Professional communication is never about using difficult vocabulary, it's about expressing ideas clearly. And when you are answering questions, keep your answers structured, speak slowly and clearly, and avoid filter words like actually speak slowly and clearly and avoid filter words repeatedly. And one useful method is the star approach, so which is nothing but the situation, task, action, and result. So for example, if asked about teamwork, instead of giving a vague answer, you explain the situation you faced and what role you played, and what action you took and what was the result that was achieved. So this makes your communication more organized and impactful. And the next step is to focus on listening skills. Professional communication is not only about speaking well, it's about being able to listen carefully. And many candidates, they become nervous and answer questions before even fully understanding them. So take a moment to listen properly. And if a question is unclear, is it perfectly okay to say, could you please, it's perfectly okay to say, could you please repeat the question? Now that actually shows professionalism and attention. And good communication is a two-way process. Okay, so the interviewers appreciate candidates who respond thoughtfully without rushing to it. And of course, the body language is very important. So you have to sit straight and maintain the natural eye contact throughout the interview process. Not only that, try to maintain calmness and calm hand gestures and smile whenever which is appropriate, and avoid crossing your arms constantly. So confidence does not mean acting overly smart or aggressive. It means being calm and prepared and being genuine. And even if you don't know the answer to some questions, respond professionally. Okay, and yeah, if you have something to ask, make sure that you ask some smarter questions, because at the end of most of the interviews, interviewers ask, do you have any questions for us? And many candidates would simply say no. So but asking thoughtful questions shows interest and professionalism. So you can ask, what does success look like in this role, and what kind of projects does the team currently work on, and what learning opportunities are available. So questions like these show curiosity and enthusiasm. And interviews are not only about companies evaluating candidates; it's about candidates are also learning about the company. Yeah, so it's always a two-way process. And finally, always end the interview on a positive and respectful note. For example, thank you for your time, and it was great learning more about this opportunity. And actually, this leaves a strong final impression. And if possible, send a short follow up thank you email after the interview so that you also reflect professionalism, and it can also build small communication habits, which actually creates big difference. And yeah, to summarize today's episode, we have gone through several stages of an interview and how a candidate has to respond effectively to be successfully employed. Yeah, thank you. If you like the video, do put a like and share the video, and do leave a comment if there's any further clarifications needed. Bye.